Are we live? What if I told you we can build out $1 million business and do it in 12 months? Would you believe me if I told you it's possible? That's what we're doing. Let's get Insty on here. Can we get Insty? Come on now. Let's go. Let's go. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Boom. We're back better than ever. Welcome back, game changers. Welcome back, go-getters. Welcome back, hustlers. Welcome back, mid-level professionals. Welcome back, entrepreneurs. Welcome back, small business owners. Welcome back, corporate executive. Listen, welcome back. What are we doing? What are we doing? Why are we here? Why do we keep meeting up the same way? It's because we're building out $1 million business and we're doing it in public, right? As always, I'm your host. I'm Patrick Hart, known as that healthcare guy, Army veteran, 6 years, spent 2 tours overseas, one during 9/11, former technology healthcare executive, spent over 15 years in healthcare, rose through the ranks, became a technology executive, was part of a technology team or executive team, should I say, that spearheaded a $750 million technology acquisition in 2018. Changed my life, right? It changed my life, but it made me really get focused on the impact that I really wanted to make, right? The purpose. What is the purpose behind this? So in 2023, I became a full-time entrepreneur, started paying myself. And then in 2026, or should I say towards the end of 2025, and we kicked it off in 2026, I was like, well, how about we build this thing out in person, right? There's too many people that I've seen, they get stuck in their careers. They don't know how to navigate. Too many people that wanted to be in the room, but never found a way to navigate into the room. Too many people are looking for freedom in their lives, but they don't have the freedom because no one's handed them the playbook. Too many people are looking for generational wealth, but no one's ever showed them how to do that. That's what this series is about. We're building out $1 million business and we're doing it in public, right? So again, thank you guys for joining. Listen, if this is your first time here, thank you for joining. If you're a returning viewer, like I always say, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Let's get it. Thank you, family, for rocking with your boy. This is week 13 of a 52-week build, episode 62. Can y'all believe this? We kicked this thing off January the 11th, 2026. Here it is, April the 7th, 2026, and we're already 62 episodes in. So we've been super consistent about building out this $1 million business. Let me pause for a minute, take a sip of water while I see more and more people coming in. I see you, Nail. Thanks for popping in, family. Listen, I see all these people. We got M, we got Tam, we got GQ23, we got Ash. I got you, Chucky Games. I got you, Pablo 9180, Ralph, and who else is in there? Is that Congo? I see you, 73. And then I see Lucia. I see you, Lucia. Thank you for popping in on LinkedIn. I got my Instagram family there. So today we're going to stream across LinkedIn, TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, as well as YouTube. So we got the whole family in one place. You know how we do it. So you know how I do it. As always, the chat box is going to be open. Always appreciate you tapping in. Just drop your first name, what platform you're streaming from. I see you, Jerome. Thanks for popping in. And I'll make sure to say hi and thank you. So we have 2 goals this year. This is your first time joining, building out $1 million business. We have 2 big goals that I would like to share with you. The first big goal is we're actually going to generate $1 million this year here in 2026. We kicked this thing off January the 11th, right? And so we got all year to do it. The second goal is we're building out a 50,000 member ecosystem with inside my newsletter, okay? Now, let me tell you why this is so important. The first goal is for you. I want to be the proof point to show you with the right strategy, with the right playbook, you too can get to your $1 million bag, right? So I've become the proof point, so make sure you continue to follow the journey. The second goal is the 50,000 member ecosystem. Now, family, I always tell you the importance of this right here. This is probably the most important thing that I can share with you within the first few minutes of this particular live. You want to own your audience, family. And when I say that, you want to own the contact details of the people that rock with you. So you want to create like a lead system where you're collecting people's information, whether their email address, their phone numbers, whether it's on your website, whether it's through your newsletter. However you do that, you want to do that. Now, the importance of that, as we all understand, we understand social media, it's social media, right? So what that means is not all the time does your content reach the right people. Sometimes you can post something and only 5 people see it. Sometimes you can post something and you get 100 people see it. Sometimes you can post something, you may get 1,000 people see it. But if you're relying on algorithms to drive your $1 million business, then you're probably going to be stuck in a certain moment in time in your business. So you want to own your audience. So that's why the 50,000 member ecosystem is so important. If you haven't signed up for the newsletter, Man, there's so many different ways to do that. There's the floating banner, there's a QR code, there's the link in the bio, or you can simply type in newsletter and I'll make sure you personally get the invite to the newsletter. All right, so we're building out this $1 million business. Let me take a sip of water. I told you I was going to take a sip of water, and I never took a sip of water. What are we going to talk about today? What are we talking about today? Drum roll, please. Boom. Episode 62. Episode 62. When things don't go as planned. Oh, this is going to be a good one. You know it's going to be good because I'm the one that's delivering it. When things don't go as planned. Man, this is the thing that takes people off of their rocker. This is the thing, like, man, when things don't go as planned, man, you hot as fish grease. You're like, dude, why did this happen to me? Now what am I going to do? And so this episode is about that particular thing. How do we get past it? All right. So episode 62, when things don't go as planned. Let me make sure my comment boxes are open. I can see everybody here. Again, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok. All the families in one place. Who else I see? I see Shadiq. I see you. Doro, I see you, family. Christy, I see you, Nick. Thanks, Leisha. Day Day, I see you, Katie. So everybody's joining. The whole family's in one place. Christy, I see you, family. If you're just now joining, it's your first time ever. You're like, who is this guy? Why should I even stay past a minute? I'm Patrick Hart, known as that healthcare guy across social channels. And we're building out $1 million business, and we're doing it in public, right? Everybody tells you. I mean, there's so much clickbait on the internet right now. You see people, they post these headlines. Oh, I grew 100,000 followers and I did it in 90 days. That's clickbait, family. Or those people that say, oh, I grew a $4 million business on LinkedIn and I did it and I did it in 12 calendar months. Family, that's clickbait. This here is to give you the truth. Like everything that I see the creators are doing, everything that I see the influencers doing, everything that I see people in my niche doing, I'm actually doing that stuff behind the scenes, and then I come back and report to you here in this segment. So if you haven't signed up for the newsletter, that's going to be a good place for you to get more information, more opportunities to connect on a deeper level, more downloadable toolkits, more things that's going to impact you and your business growth as you get to that $1 million bag, right? So if you're here, you're looking for a change in your life. You're either looking to get to that bag or you're looking to get to that corner office. Either way, you're looking to change who you once was to become the person who you know you want to be. So thanks for rocking with your boy. Let's get into this thing. I see you, V. Lynn. So episode 62, when things don't go as planned. Family, y'all know I'm going to keep it real every single time. Everybody has a plan until something goes wrong. And that's when the real version of who you are, that's when it begins to show up. And I'm not talking about the focused version of who you think you are. I'm not even talking about that disciplined version of who you are. I'm talking about the reactive version of who you are. You know who I'm talking about. Don't look in the mirror right now because it's not time to look in the mirror. Just listen up. The one that wasn't prepared for that disruption to happen in your life. So let's be real for a second. Things will go left, whether it's personally or professionally. Things will go left as they always do. There's no perfect life, right? Something is going to break. Something won't work. Something won't land the way you expected it to, right? And it's a real possibility, family. We need to let that sink in. It's going to happen for us. So don't be surprised when it happens to you in your business. That's the part of the process where you begin to grow, you begin to learn, and you begin to prove. So here's your message. Okay, I appreciate the love. Thank you, Daniel for popping in, B. Lynn, Lula, Demetrius. Thank you. I mean, the whole family's popping in here, man. You guys are showing love today, and I appreciate that. This is episode 62, week 13 of a 52-week build. We're building in public. We're building $1 million business. So if you're here, that's why you're landed here. Hey, the algorithms are favoring you. They're telling you you need to be here for a reason, because whatever I'm talking about is aligned with where you see yourself going, but you just need to pause long enough to pay attention so we can get to that $1 million bag. So here's the message. This is not about whether things will go wrong. That's not what this episode is about, because we know things will go wrong. It's about how do you respond to them when they do go wrong. And in that response right there, that's what determines everything. The direction that you go, the altitude that you reach, the people that you connect with, and the income that you actually make. So here's the promise that I'm going to give you in this episode. In this episode right here, we're going to get into something that every builder has to face. Y'all know what that is? Y'all know what it is. I'm just going to tell you. You don't even got to comment. It's resilience. Resilience. That's the word with the capital R. Resilience sounds nice. It sounds absolutely like a fantastic word. Half the people can't spell resilience, but a lot of people have it, and they don't even realize they have it into their face in that moment where resilience needs to step in. So we're not talking about like the highlight version. We're not even talking about motivational quotes or phrases like, "Oh, just keep going," or "Every shot," or if you don't take a shot, then you won't hit the goal. We're not even talking about motivational quotes, family. That's not what this is about. I'm talking about how you actually respond when a plan doesn't work, right? We've been there. That plan doesn't work. How do we respond? When results don't hit the way we wanted them to hit, now what do? Or when something sets you way back and you're like, damn, I put all that time and effort in this and now I got a setback. This is where belief gets tested in real time, family. So we want to talk about that for a minute. Now it's not just about staying committed anymore, because like most of us, we can stay committed, right? It's about staying composed. Can you stay composed when shit hits the fan, right? So by the end of this, you're going to understand three important things. I'm going to share this with you. Let me make sure, let me tap in. I see all these people tapping in and showing me love. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all been rocking with your boy, and I appreciate that. Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, is TikTok. If you're only going to follow me on one of these channels, that's cool. But if you want to follow me on the rest of the channels, that's cool as well. I got links in the bios. You can simply type in That Healthcare Guy or Patrick Hart, That Healthcare Guy. But make sure you follow your boy. You tap into my content, because every platform is a little bit different, but you're still going to get to the end result, which is growing yourself, your personal brand, leadership, visibility, and then the outcome, which is generating wealth, right? So by the end of this, you're going to understand three things. Why most people, they overreact to setbacks. 2, how to respond without losing momentum. 3, the mindset that I'm actually using when things don't go as planned. So here's what I have to learn, family. Resilience is not about avoiding setbacks. That's not what it's about. It's about controlling your response when things don't go as planned. So there's a pattern that I want to share with you that you need to catch as well. Thank you, The Gerb. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate the love. Everybody's popping in. I appreciate you. I see you, user. I see you, CEO. I see you, Lizzie, Amanda, Angel. I mean, man, there's so many people popping in right now. Y'all just make sure y'all tap in, drop your first name, what platform you're streaming from. I'll make sure to say hi and thank you. If you're first time here, we're building out $1 million business in public, right? If you're a returning viewer, thank you for coming back. Here's my call to action. Make sure you invite other like-minded individuals like yourself to these lives. I do this every single day, noon Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday. And what are we doing? In every single episode, I'm going to give you some knowledge, some insight, a framework, some automation, a conversation, a discussion, or introduce you to somebody that's going to help you get to your $1 million bag. So y'all make sure y'all keep tuning in and rocking with your boy. So there's a pattern that you need to catch, okay? I'm about to share this with you. When something goes wrong, most people do one of three things, and I'm going to share it with you. They either panic, they personalize it, or they abandon the plan altogether. So when shit hits the fan in your life and or your business, one of three things is going to happen. You're either going to panic, you're going to personalize it, or you're going to abandon the plan. And panic is one of those things. It creates urgency where it's not even needed, but that's what panic is about, right? You just overreacted, so you panic. Now you're rushing your decisions. Now you're forcing your moves. Now you're trying to fix everything immediately or all at once. And that usually makes things even more worse than they was to begin with. So that's panic. 2 is going to be personalizing it. This is probably the most dangerous one right here, because you start thinking, man, maybe I'm not cut out for this, right? Man, I'm just telling you what I've been through. You don't have to take it personally, but I'm just sharing with you what I've seen, what I've been through, what I've helped other people through as well. So personalizing is the dangerous one, because you start thinking, man, maybe I'm not cut out for this. Maybe this isn't working for me. Maybe I missed something, right? We've all kind of been there. Now it's not just the situation that you're facing. Now you're also facing your identity. Let me pause there, because I hit somebody in the chest with that and they wasn't ready to receive that message yet. When you personalize things, like I said, when we're building something personally in your business and or your life, or professionally in your business, and shit hits the fan, what do? How do you react? And this is when people start personalizing it. When something goes left, they feel like it's a personal attack on them. And so maybe they start panicking. Real talk, they start panicking. And so now you feel like you're challenging your identity. Then there's abandoning the plan. What is this right here? this is the one you hit one setback. I've seen people like this. You hit one simple setback and everything goes to hell. You're like, oh, everything needs to change. This is not going to work. You just super reactive, right? And now you need a new direction. Now you feel like you need a new strategy. Now you feel like, man, I need to start all over again. That's how people stay stuck right there, because you're repeating the same pattern. You're repeating the same routine, and it's leading you to nowhere. So we can't get to our $1 million bag. Not because they fail. That's not what it is. It's because they never stay with anything long enough to recover from it. Y'all know somebody like that? Maybe y'all do. I mean, I remember I used to be like that, right? You do something and it just didn't work out. You're like, you know what, that wasn't for me. Or you may use religion or something. Oh, well, God has a different plan for me. Really? Have you stuck with it long enough to see it work? How many times have you got up from that thing that pushed you down, right? Sometimes it's resilience. Sometimes you have to be resilient. And then you keep questioning your life. You keep questioning your pattern. You keep questioning your relationship. You keep questioning your business moves and wonder why things are not going anywhere. It's because we wasn't resilient enough to see it through. Just because you got knocked down one time, two times, three times, even four times, that doesn't mean you need a new direction, new strategy, a new pivot altogether. Sometimes you just need a little bit of faith and resilience to stay in the moment long enough to see it through. And that's where you probably end up seeing your growth. Man, I had to check myself recently. I'm about to share with you. Y'all know I am. Hold on. Let me pause really here because I got more people coming in. Man, I'm on this. I'm using StreamYard right now to stream, my videos across all my channels. And I got this one LinkedIn user right here. I can see you popped in, and it says, "Yes, I agree. Inexperienced leaders can often have their self-belief and self-esteem linked with the results." It just says LinkedIn user. So later when I'm on LinkedIn, I'll make sure to call you out and give you some love. But I appreciate you tapping in. I just read your comment on air, so thank you for tapping in. And again, if you just now joining LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, as well as Instagram, we're streaming across all the channels. This is episode 62, week 13 of a 52-week build. We're building out $1 million business in public. And today's topic is about what do we do when things don't go as planned, right? So that's where we are. So I have to check myself. Let me take a sip of water real quick. Yeah, that's good. I have to check myself. Like, I have to start looking at setbacks differently. And I'm going to share it with you because the goal is to share insight and information that I go through so you don't have to go through it, or so you can have additional information so you can be prepared for when you go through it, it doesn't hit you the same way that it hit me, right? So I had to start looking at setbacks differently here. I started looking at setbacks not just as failure, but more as feedback. You ever did that before? Am I the only one that look at setbacks as feedback? I think that's very important because it's a mindset shift. Mentally, it helps you prepare for all the crap that's going to come your way as you building out your $1 million business. And if this is your first time here, I look at every single individual as a brand. You should look at yourself as a brand. If you're growing your brand, you too can become $1 million brand. So when we're building out $1 million business, we're building out $1 million brands. You are a brand. You can get your $1 million bag, right? And it happens just just follow your boy. I'm going to give you some insight, but know that you are a brand and you can help yourself get to the $1 million. So I started looking at setbacks as feedback. And that shift, it really mattered for me. Now I'm not reacting emotionally every single time I hit a roadblock or I veer off course, right? Because this is where a lot of us get stuck. We emotionally react. I see you, Slate. Thanks for popping in, right? I'm learning to respond strategically. And this is what a lot of people have to learn as well. So instead of asking why, I see you, Antoinette. Thanks, B, for tapping in. So instead of asking, why did this happen to me? Man, I started asking something simple. What is this showing me? Just reframing, those setbacks. Because once you reframe it like that, you open up your mind for a learning opportunity instead of closing off the knowledge and insight you can learn from that opportunity. And that question right there keeps you grounded, family. So real talk. So family, every setback carries information, and it's up to us to identify and extract the information that we learn from that setback. Something didn't connect right. That's a learning moment. Something wasn't clear. Guess what? That's a learning moment. Something needs adjustment. That's also a learning moment. That's normal, family. So I don't want you to take that stuff personally, but listen, too many people react too fast. And once they do, guess what happens? You miss the entire lesson. You know somebody like that? You've done that before? Something happened, a setback that happened in your life, things that you thought was going to happen. You was angling for that promotion. You just knew you was going to get it, but Johnny ended up getting it, right? And you're like, man, what the hell? Why did this happen to me, right? Or you're trying to grow your business, and you maybe you're putting out an ad, and you spend hundreds of dollars on an ad and you got minimal results, or you created content and you worked hours on that content over the weekend and you put it out, and then you got like 3 people that liked it. You got 1 engagement. You're like, what the hell? What's going on? And you take it personally. You've been there. It's not just me. I do it all the time. Like I always gotta check myself. I gotta remind myself that this is a marathon. This isn't a sprint. And once you stay locked in and focused like that, man, it's going to help you out tremendously. So sometimes it's about reframing the conversations that we have with ourselves so we can get to that bag. And now, guess what? You begin repeating the same mistakes over and over and over and over again, except this time you're just doing it in a different form. That's the cycle that keep people off the miss until it's too late. Thank you, family. And let me see what else. I got so many people coming in here. I appreciate y'all showing the love. So let me show you the shift that I made, and I'm going to share it with you. I appreciate you. What is that? Marsh, I saw you pop in. So let me show you the shift. I had to create a response system for myself. What are we talking about? Like I had to create a real response system, not something that was tied to my own emotions, okay? Because it's easy for emotions to take control of the conversations and or the outcomes that we're trying to deliver. But when things, not something that was tied to emotion, but things that were tied to intention. So this is going to be different. When we intentionally get focused on the outcomes that we're trying to create, that's a different level. So there's 3 simple moves, and I'm going to share these with you. Number one. This is the response system I'm about to share with you. Number 1, pause before reacting. That's it. That's number 1. Pause before reacting. Like not a quick breath, family, because I've seen people do this. They were like, okay, so like you've had a conversation with somebody or something was set back in your business, and you just got some bad news, and you're like, okay, man, I just got off this live with Patrick, that healthcare guy, and he told me pause before reacting. So what do? You take a quick pause, you go, quick breath, and then you're ready to react to it. That's not the pause that I'm talking about, family. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about really like stepping away for a bit. Maybe it's taking a walk. Maybe it's changing the task that you was working on, and then coming back to that one thing that got you out of whack. So when you hear people say pause, that's what they mean. That means stepping away from the situation, removing yourself from the situation, and then coming back later when your mind is clear so we can address that situation. So 3 simple moves. 1 is going to be the pause. Not everything needs your immediate response. And this is where a lot of people get in trouble when you're trying to get to your $1 million bag, when you're trying to grow your brand, when you're trying to get that corner office, when you're trying to get promoted. Somebody passed you up one time, and guess what? Oh, I'm about to cuss my boss out. I'm about to do this. I'm about to do that. You know what I'm saying? So you start losing it. That's emotions taking control of the situation. We can't do that, family, if we're going to get to our $1 million bag. So not everything needs your immediate response. Space gives you clarity. Clarity protects your decision. Let that sink in. That's what we need. Sometimes we just need a little bit of clarity. So we want to pause, take a breath, take a walk, jog. Maybe do some Netflix, come back to the situation. It's going to be there, right? And then we can fix it with intention and not with emotions. 2, we want to separate the facts from the feelings, right? What actually happened? Now, not how do I feel about it? I'm talking about what actually happened, because that distinction right there, it gives things objective, right? Number 3, adjust, don't abandon. What are we talking about here? Make the necessary change that you need to make, but without throwing everything away. That's how you stay in motion. And that's the important thing. We always want to stay in motion. We're building out $1 million business. And that's the system that I just shared with you. Those simple 3 things, that's the thing that keeps me steady. Now setbacks, they don't stop my momentum. They refine it. Y'all getting that? Am I making sense? I'm about to land this plane here in a minute because we're on the last little talking point of this. So I'm about to land this plane. And before I land this, I just want to open up the chat box really quick. I always tell you the comment boxes are open. You can always drop comments. I'll work through the comments as they come in. The other thing too, because I'm building out $1 million business in public, and this is episode 62, week 13 of a 52-week build, like I'm coming up with all these, these ideas myself, right? However, you've helped me. When I say you on the other end, You've helped me with some business decisions that we made weeks ago that haven't come to light yet, that I'm super excited to share with you, hopefully over the next week or two as these things matriculate or materialize, right? I'll share that with you. But what I'm getting at is, if there's an episode or if there's something that we need to talk about that you personally are facing in your personal life and or your business that's preventing you from getting to $1 million bag, and you want to talk about how to address it, I will write a whole live around it if I feel that is worthy enough that other like-minded individuals like yourself also face that similar thing. So basically what I'm saying, it can't be a one-off. So if you're looking for to create a live around something personally that you've been facing in your business, make sure you drop it in the comments or slide in my DMs after the fact, and then we'll review that. And if it makes sense, we'll put something together and we'll do a whole live around it as well. So you too can help determine the direction that we go when we're building out these lives, right? I don't want to run out of talking points. Right now, I feel like I'm pretty good, but I also want to make sure that we're very specific on addressing the things that you're facing as you're building out your $1 million business. So let me land this plane really quick. So here's what this build is actually reinforcing during over this period of time right here. Decisions, they create direction. Execution creates results. Consistency builds momentum. Patience allows everything to compound. Focus, it multiplies it. Sacrifice protects it. Standards, they sustain it. Your environment supports it. Identity holds it all together. Belief is the fuel that you need to keep it going. And then your resilience, family, because that's what today's topic is about. That's what keeps it alive when things actually go left, right? Or when things go wrong. And that's the difference. So hopefully you picked up on that. If you didn't, you can always come back and watch it. Let me, before I close this out as well, because this is episode 62, I see you, Derek. Thanks for popping in. Because this is episode 62, I always get other people to ask me all the time, well, Pat, this was a lot of information, a lot of insight, and not a lot of knowledge. Where can I find the other 61 episodes? If you follow me on YouTube, I created a playlist. It's called Building $1 Million Business. You can tap into that. These episodes, every single one are 30 minutes or less. Every single one is highly valuable. I have not had not one person. I've been doing this 62 episodes, thousands of impressions, and not one person has left me a negative comment. Not one time. Probably because I keep it honest. I keep it 100 every single time. Right? So you can go to YouTube, you can watch Building $1 Million playlist while it's free. At some point, I may lock that down just so I can monetize it. I have to get to my $1 million bag at some point. So I am working on a $1 million playbook and a branding course that's behind the scenes. I'll share that with you when it's available. The other thing too, if you're following me on LinkedIn, underneath my events tab, you can find the other 61 episodes as well. Those are also free to watch as well. So you want to check those out before they disappear, or I lock those down or delete them all together. So check those out, all right? Listen, anyone can move when things are working right? But very few know how to respond when things go left. That's the edge, family. Really, that's the whole edge. So here's where we're going next. Episode 63, we're probably going to get into pressure. Real pressure, like not avoiding it, not managing it lightly. I'm going to break down how to operate when expectations, they're really high, and when people are watching you, kind of like what we're doing now, and when the stakes, they feel real as ever, family. Family, this is Patrick Hart, known as That Healthcare Guy, episode 62, When Things Don't Go As Planned. I'll be back tomorrow, knock on wood, Lord's will. He gives me the health and strength to be here. We're building this thing out in public. If you haven't signed up for the newsletter, sign up for the newsletter. We're at over 6,000 members. I would like to get to 50,000 by the end of this year. I can definitely use you on the inside. And then the other thing too, there's going to be more insights, frameworks, automations, and opportunities to connect at a deeper level with me and other people within the community. So make sure you sign up for that. Until tomorrow, until next time, listen, let's keep getting it, family. Talk to you then.